Welcome into a brand new episode of WSI TV. Enjoy the show.
Hello everyone, welcome back to WSI TV. Today is another episode of Jim's Market Update. So I am of course joined by Jim. How are you doing today?
How you doing?
Awesome. So we are going to get into today's just general market update. We're going to be talking about a little bit about retail, a little bit about the global economy. But do you want to just go ahead and get us started, Jim, about like what's going on right now in the market?
Yeah, so the market right now is pretty much more of the same as I've been commentating on since September the 9th, and we called it a brand new bull market. But it's even surpassed my expectations in terms of how it's reacting of late. I mean, it's running very hot, and it would be healthy for a pullback. You can see it's a long way from home right now. It's heading up into the stratosphere. Very aggressive close on Friday and an aggressive open today. It's definitely a bull market, and we've been as I say, we called that a while ago. But what I want to see now is some consolidation, which would be a healthy thing. But if you think of the stock market in terms of a 6 to 9 month predictor, I'm excited to see what exactly it sees coming in the future. But we know that. As you point out, earnings have come out for the so far looking very good.
Yes.
So that's definitely helped, as well as backing down on the sort of trade war soundbite.
Yes. So like you were mentioning, Jim, we did see a record high for both the S&P, the NASDAQ, and the Dow last week. They all hit record high intraday metrics. And we did see certain trade things happening over the weekend. We do have more talks going on in the background. What do you think that means for the future of the market? Are we just over this now, or should we still keep our eye on it?
I think you've just got to put yourself in the position of Trump, who has got a year from now, who's got an election cycle coming up, and really that year, any administration is going to think about as a second term, and they've got to be getting ready for that. They don't want any upsets. Indirectly, they control the Federal Reserve, and I think that's what the market could be reacting to right now already. Is that more reducing interest rates next year, and so on. But yeah, he there's no way Trump has seen. He's not as silly as some people make out. He has seen how the market reacts to trade war talk, how it reacts to pulling the punch bowl away from the Federal Reserve Party.
Yeah, exactly.
So he is bound to be dialing that back moving forward. So that's really what we're seeing there.
For sure, yeah. And you did mention we were looking at the October retail results actually came in last week.
Right.
And you made a note of saying how we are still looking at October's results.
Yeah, and that's
kind of weird.
That's exactly the point. Is that a lot of the commentary we see is sort of looking in the rearview mirror, as opposed to looking ahead, which is actually what the stock market is doing. It is looking. It's over that's
for
past,
sure.
And by the time we look at something, today, the stock market's moved on to something else.
Exactly.
But that's what a lot of the news is focused on, and a lot of people focus on with their trading. But the market certainly isn't. But that works both ways. That's why sometimes you can say, I'm not saying it's the case now, but you can look at the market doing very well right now, and some people could say we could be in a recession, for example, right now, but don't even know it, because we don't know a recession until we get 2 quarters of negative growth in a row. So that cuts both ways.
For sure, yeah. So that's definitely kind of an unsustainable way of looking at the market, and the rest of Wall Street is still doing it. On the topic of unsustainable things that are going on in monetary policy, you and I were talking about the global debt. It has just surpassed a record of $250 trillion.
Right. Like a record debt. $250 trillion, the global economy debt. But the global economy is worth around 80
Yes, $80 trillion.
So
yes.
it's more than 3 times debt of what the economy is even worth.
Yes.
And this will go on until governments finally succeed in breaking what is basically a fiat currency monetary system where nothing's linked to any value. Nothing's linked since 1971. Nothing has been backed by gold, and this is the end game playing out really. And this conversation of debt has gone on for a long time, and it will continue. I think it's got several years left in it, because you can play this game a long time, and that debt's going to go even higher. And all the time, people aren't seeing, the effect of it. It's like children. You keep doing something until you get caught, and it's only then will you react to it. And in politics, they can't react to it until you see something negative. And
yes.
as we just saw in October 2018 with this big fall here, any government who tries to do something about it is going to get a sharp no. Now you're in this now. You've doubled down. There's no turning back now. It's just going to have to play out the hard way.
Yeah, for sure. Yes. So I did see a headline earlier that I wanted to get your 2 cents on. We looked into something called only 3 of the top 20 mutual funds are beating the market.
Right.
So do you want to go ahead and give us what you think about that?
Right. Yeah. I mean, that'd be it's a headline. So clearly someone thinks I think most people would be like, wow.
That's a good thing.
And it's a great headline because it's going to get a lot of attention and stuff. But it's no surprise to us here, of course, because that's one of our ongoing core messages.
Yes.
Is that. There's data going back to 1963, very extensive data that says 70% of investment professionals, fund managers, can't even beat the market. I mean, to beat the market, what we're saying is that the S&P on average goes up about 5-6% a year. So that's to say that on average, most fund managers can't do any better than the market, and that's to say I could just park my money with the S&P 500 and just cut them out of the deal.
Yes.
So there'd be no point in their existence. So it's a huge headline, and Wall Street cannot they cannot afford news like that.
Yeah.
Thankfully, most people won't pay any attention. But that's how only 3 of the so-called top 20 mutual funds beat the market.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's no shock to us, but it's also a shocker.
Yes. So you do have a remedy for that. Would you go ahead and tell our viewers why we're different from these top 20 fund managers? Why do we beat the market every time?
Right. We've got a different agenda to the fund manager. Our agenda is purely to serve our readers, give them the truth, and tell them what happened. The problem with the fund managers is they've got an agenda which is we have to try and get as many checks as possible from the public and then hold on to them. No fund manager is ever going to say, well, we're just going to go to cash right now because there's nothing happening and just write you a check. No, they're not going to do that. But we will, because we're just dealing with the truth. And it's the same system that I teach at the annual Wealth Summit, which this year is in Vegas, just 3 weeks away now.
Yes, it's coming up very soon.
It's coming up quick, seats are selling out. And that's the only way to learn our system. But it is the system that allowed me to comfortably predict in November 2016 a brand new bull market that ended up in what would have been was 22% on the regular index. So that would have been 66% gain in 2 years.
Wow.
But also had me in cash for the best part of the last year, because at that time there was nothing going on and we wanted to make the next bull run. Yeah. It also enabled me to predict on September the 9th that was the time to get back in. So that, if you're wondering why if you've been with us for years actually, you would have seen how our predictions for bull market, get out, go to cash, whatever, have been so accurate. Is because of that exact same system that on averages since 1982, as far back I can take the records, is proven 36% gain a year.
Wow. Yeah.
And that's trading only 0.6 times a year as well.
Yes.
So it's a very easy but highly profitable system
for sure
that smokes Wall Street.
Yes, so that's just getting even to the bottom of it too.
Right.
You guys can get access to the system. He's going to teach it in the entirety of the annual Wealth Summit. You're going to understand everything that he's been telling you. You're going to get access to the system, and that's not even all of it. You guys have a whole bunch of other stuff lined up.
Yeah, in fact, we're going to release a special Thanksgiving video where we're going to run through the whole thing.
Yes.
And if you haven't received an email from us about it by now, this is going to be one like no other before.
For sure.
Not to mention the fact it's going to be in Las Vegas. That's going to be a lot of fun. Yes. So we're hoping to see you then.
Yes. So if you would like to take advantage of this system where it does allow you to beat the market better than 17 of the top fund managers in the world.
6 times beat the market.
Exactly. That's totally available to you. We have those seats they're going fast, but there's still some open for you. You go to mywealthsummit.com and you can reserve your seat today for Las Vegas. We really hope to see you there, and thank you so much for everything you've said today, Jim. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for watching the latest episode of WSI TV. Be sure to visit WSITV.com where you can subscribe for free with no contract and gain instant access to the secrets of self-made millionaires via the WSI TV Vault. So go ahead and claim this gift for free now at WSITV.com.